So this last week, I was in the mountains in Utah with a very, very, very cool group of guys. Literally every single one of us there, I think there were 7 of us, is a millionaire, is in their early 20s, and is insanely successful and has large personal brands. So a lot of influence, a lot of reach over the internet and honestly of the world. And I'm like the newcomer to this group. I've been friends with these guys for a bit, but haven't really been able to spend time in person. And my friend Champ, we're walking through the ski town, and he goes, "Hey, bro, welcome to the Cabal." And I'm like laughing, and I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Bro, like, do you realize the influence that we have as a group? It's insane." And that inspired this video for you guys. So Cabal, you hear now and you think of like the elites, the New World Order, whatever. It actually has a different definition. But I have been able to go from little welfare kid, nobody knew, shouldn't be here, from the middle of nowhere, to being friends with, as you can see. And guys, I'm not one of those people that wants to pimp out my friends for attention. Like, I am friends with these people because I love them as human beings. Iman, Seb, I don't have a picture of Luke and Nets in here. He's one of them as well that was a big inspiration of mine and is now a friend. Champ, Brett, Brandon, Sanjay, Paul, Alex. Who else is in here? My brother, my friend group, right? My team. I've been able to build friends and friendships and relationships with some of the most influential, powerful people in our space. And there is a formula to it. And I want to go through that in this video for you guys so that you can do the same thing and you can build your own sort of cabal. So cabal, the actual definition, I Googled this. A cabal is a group of people who are united in some close design, usually to promote their private views or interest in an ideology, a state, or another community, often by intrigue and usually without the knowledge of those who are outside their group. Basically, La Cartel, the gang, La Familia, or a mastermind. If you've ever read Napoleon Hill's books, he talks about a mastermind, a grouping together of powerful minds. And that's exactly what this is. So when you guys want to build a network, you want to build a cabal, you want to build a fucking killer team of guys, this is what it takes, okay? So first you have individual traits, then you have give and take, and then you have honor above all. And we're going to break down each of these guys. So first, it starts with the individual. Who are you, okay? Any group is only as strong as its weakest link. If I'm in a group of all multimillionaires, who is the weakest link? I think I was the poorest person in this group as well. I'm the youngest, and I'm the newest into the game. So I'm the weakest link in this group, and I am a savage in my mind, right? So that speaks to the power of the group if the weakest person is me. That's crazy, and that's what you should always aspire to be. You should always be the smallest fish in the pond, okay? The second part of this is networking. Networking, hey, let's go network, bro. That's cope for being a loser. I've never had to network in my life. People come to me, powerful people, big people online, reach out to me and say, hey, bro, I love this. Hey, I'd love to hang out. I'd love to meet you. You know why? It's because I'm not a loser that wants to go network with people and leech off of them. I am my own individual. I am elite in my own right. So other elite people want to build relationships with me and vice versa with me and them, okay? That's how this should work. It shouldn't be reaching out to someone, hey, bro, I'd love to network with you. That's not how this works. You become elite, you become a winner, you become excellent in your own right, and then other people are attracted to you, and those relationships are real, and it's not fake, okay? So you must be as excellent as you can be if you want to also be around other excellent people. Like attracts like. No multimillionaire cool people are going to want to hang out with you if you're a loser. And that doesn't mean just money, right? In groups that I've been in, there's guys that don't have money, but they have their own advantages, and we'll get into that in a moment. And the big sort of analogy of that is sheep do not run with wolves. Sheep do not run with wolves. If you want to be a wolf, if you want to be a wolf, you got to be a wolf, right? You can't be a sheep disguised as a wolf. You got to actually fit the mold, and you got to actually be real. That's the biggest thing here if it's hard to get. So everyone that's like, oh, let's network. I want to network with you. I want to be a networker. You should just work on yourself. You should just spend time, work on yourself, become as excellent as you can be, and then other people will be attracted to you. Guys, there's not a lot of cool people in this world. And then some of the other traits we'll get into in this video. There's not a lot of them. So if you can be one of them, you won't have a problem networking and building relationships with people, okay? The next part of this is give and take. You should always, the number one rule of building relationships and value is give more than you take. If you're the guy that's always asking for favors or handouts or asking, and you never give, you'll never build genuine relationships with people, okay? So like all the people that I list them because you guys know them, right? Seb, Iman, like even those two, they're like the fucking OGs of our space, right? I looked up to them before I was friends with them. And I knew, hey, I told Sebastian, we were smoking a cigar this past week on the balcony. And I said, bro, I was like, hey, I love you. Thank you so much. It was his birthday. I was like, love you, bro. Thank you so much for having me this week. Like I knew, and I told him, I said, I knew this would happen. I knew the first time I saw one of your videos when I was 18 and it inspired me to go make money online, I knew that we would be here. And not out of a like, oh, I'm a fan way or like, oh, I want something from this guy. But I just resonated with him so much from his videos. And I told him, I said, bro, I genuinely just wanted to build a real relationship with you. And I wanted to have you as someone in my life. Like you're somebody I look up to as a friend, as a model of a role model of what to do. And I wanted to be in your life and I wanted you to be in my life. And it's genuine. You know what I mean? But you have to give. I've given so much to people. Give. And I never, ever, ever hardly ask for anything in return. So you also want to help others get what they want, especially if you were kind of at the bottom. Like you're new, bro. You're new. You're not making a lot of money. You're not the coolest guy yet, right? You're early. Help others get what they want, and that will build a relationship in itself. So if I can go help a multimillionaire, that's how I got my first mentors. Like, hey, I'm not like at a high level yet, but I can do this for you. Let me do it for you for free. Earn their trust, right? And then be generous and be kind before being selfish. You should never actually be selfish, but before you ask, like, hey, bro, can you do me a favor? Can you connect me with this person? Make sure you are generous and you are the one that is giving in that relationship, and you're not just taking and kind of just worrying about yourself, okay? And people can see it if you're worried about yourself. They can see it if you're selfish, if you just want their money, you want their clout, especially people at this level. Like the first time I ever met Sebastian, he came to Miami. We went to one of my spots, and we went to dinner, and I remember vividly, we even brought this up this week, and he said, hey, bro, thank you for not taking a picture of me and posting it like on your story. People use people for clout. That people use people for like, oh, I don't actually care about this guy. I just want the attention, right? I'm going to put him in the thumbnail of my video or whatever, right? That is gross. That is disgusting. That is selfish. Don't be that guy. The next thing, and I put Iman here for a reason. So Iman has a kind of a saying in their company, death before dishonor. And I really liked that. And I can't steal that because that's their saying. But we spoke about this past week, was how a lot of people don't have honor. And guys, I've encountered a lot of people this year that I thought were my boys, my fucking brothers. I've traveled the world with some of these people, and they stabbed me in the back. And they were unhonorable men. They are not men of honor. They are men of selfishness and snaky character and just not doing things the right way. So I put Iman here for this one. But guys, making money, being cool, having nice hobbies, skills, whatever, that's all taken for granted at the highest level. That's like the prerequisite. That's like you breathing oxygen, okay? Oh, you make $1 million a year? Okay, cool. No one's impressed. No one cares because everyone does that, okay? But the thing that is really, really, really hard to find and the thing that really matters is character. It's character. Character is hard to find. Honor is hard to find, okay? So who are you when times get hard? Do you have honor? Do you have your boys back no matter what? Do you actually care about them as a human being? For example, last night, I'm laying in bed. It's like 2 a.m. I just came back from cigars. I'm about to go to bed. One of my boys calls me and is like out of the blue at 2 a.m. is like, bro, please tell me you're up right now. I need you. And I immediately got worried. I was like, oh, shit, like something bad happened. And it wasn't him, luckily. It was a sort of a relationship of his. But I was there. I was at 2 a.m., immediately picked up the phone. Hey, do I need to come like defend you? Like, are you trying to hurt yourself? Like, what's going on? And he was good, luckily. But that's what that means, okay? Honor above all else. Fuck the money. Fuck everything else. Honor above all else. Who are you as a man? What does your character look like? What does your integrity look like? Do you do the right thing by your people, or do you take the easy way out? Because, guys, doing the right thing is hard. It's fucking difficult. It's not easy to do the right thing all the time. And that is the thing that is valued amongst these people at the highest level. My friends and the people in my corner that I would go to war for, I genuinely love. Like I told Sebastian, I said, dude, I fucking love you. Told Champ, same thing. I would go without a second's like thought if they got in a fight in public, I would be the first person to jump in. I don't care if they're right or wrong. I'll be the first person to jump in. I don't care. It's not even a thought that crosses my mind. Whereas the opposite of this, I just had this happen. Someone that I thought was a boy of mine, a couple weeks at the gym, this guy tried to fist fight me playing basketball. Literally, we're playing basketball. Guy keeps fouling me, and I was like, yo, are we playing football or basketball? He starts getting in my face, calling me a bitch. Is like, yo, let's fight. He's a fighter at my gym. He's a real boxer. He's pretty good. Hot-headed guy. Starts trying to fight me, getting in my face, showing like hostile body language. And I'm like, oh shit, this guy's going to try to hit me. So I was ready. This guy that I thought was my boy is standing right beside me, sees this happening, doesn't say a word, goes and basically hides in the corner, diverts his eyes, doesn't make eye contact with the guy. He was scared. He's a fucking coward. I will never, ever, ever, ever give that guy the time of day ever again in my life. He cannot be trusted. He is a coward. The moment arose where he could have my back, and we didn't even fight. But he didn't even try to de-escalate. He didn't step in between. He didn't intervene. He didn't do a thing. Okay? That's the opposite of honor. That's the opposite of coward. Or that is being a coward. That's the opposite of what you want to be as a man. Okay? This is the most important part of this whole video. And this is the part that people lack. And this is the part that people skip out on, and they just don't get, and they don't really take it that seriously or that important. This is the most important part. Okay? Someone like Iman or Seb or Luca Nets or my boys, right? Sanjay, Champ, whoever, my friends you guys know of. I will always have their back. Always. As long as they do right by me, I will always have their back. I will go to war for my boys, and I don't care, okay? That's how you should be. Being a good person is the hardest thing to do, and it is the hardest thing to find, and that is why it is so important, guys. The next part of this, the strength of a group, so we're talking about a cabal, right? A mastermind, a network of people. The strength of that group is made up of individual skills and abilities. That's what makes it powerful. So I have an example for you guys. You don't want to be like everybody else. Don't try to just, like, you guys can have common traits and interests, obviously, but own what you have, okay? So a really good example of this is my friend Brett. I just met Brett for the first time. Brett Malinowski, big on YouTube, very successful guy, makes a lot of money, super, super cool guy. He is like the opposite of me. He's like a very analytical, like robot kind of like nerdy brained person, but he has this like weird combo of that and then like being able to read people's like souls and shit, which is like nuts. We played poker, he took all of our money. But my point being is he owns who he is. He didn't like, he literally told me to my face, and this isn't cowardice because he told me to my face, we were all drinking whiskey and I was like, bro, I'm gonna punch somebody in the face. Like just joking around. He goes, if you do that, I am not helping you. And he was laughing, but he's like being serious. He doesn't fight. He doesn't know how to fight. He's like, bro, if you punch somebody in the face, I am not helping you. I'm just going to tell you right now. And that's not cowardice because he owns who he is. He's not that guy. But he told me if I fought somebody, he'd be the first person to spin it into positive PR online and make me look good. He owns who he is, okay? And you guys need to do the same thing. So, for example, Brett, very different than me. Like, even look at their YouTube channels, and I screenshot these. Brett is like a very Mr. Beast analytical kind of YouTube person. He knows what he's good at. He doesn't do anything other than that, and he just focuses on who he is and his strengths, okay? Seb is the same way. Seb does way different stuff than I do. I do way different stuff than they do, okay? I know who I am. I know exactly who I am. I don't try to be anything else. I am country kid from the middle of nowhere. I was not cultured. I didn't know anything, but I have good honor. I have good integrity, and I aspire to be excellent at everything. That's like my credo, right? I own what I am. Champ, different than everybody. He does his own thing. Champ is a very different personality than I am, but he's full of character. He's a great guy. He has my back. He's very smart, okay? He's a crypto guy, and he owns what he does, okay? He doesn't try to mold himself into the group. He owns what he does, and everyone has different skills, and that's what makes it valuable, okay? So recap on this, guys. Your individual traits. Be yourself, be excellent, work hard, and learn always. Like, be as excellent as you can be. You have to complete the individual first. Secondly, give and take. Always give more than you take. That is a good rule of thumb just for life. And then finally, honor above all. Be a man of honor. Do the right thing. Have your brother's back, and do not be a coward. And if you guys can do all of these things, and you do it in a genuine way, not in a predatory, I want to be friends with this guy because he is clout kind of way, a genuine love for your brothers kind of way, you will build the most insane friend group, the most insane network, and you will be a part of your own cabal where you guys can actually impart influence and impart change that you want to see onto this world with the power you guys have. So thank you guys for watching. Please comment. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you on the next video.